God says, "My child, open your heart and listen carefully, because what I am about to reveal to you is not ordinary. It is not something that happens every day. It is not a small message, and it is not something you should ignore. A shift has taken place in the spiritual realm around your soulmate, and that shift has come through the hands of a stranger, someone they did not expect, someone whose name they did not search for, someone whose intentions were hidden until this moment. A stranger has sent money for your soulmate. And not a small amount, an amount large enough to change something significant in their life. An amount that carries weight, a purpose, a message, and a spiritual meaning. You must understand, my child, that when I allow such blessings to appear suddenly, it is never random. It is always aligned with destiny. It is always tied to the healing, the awakening, and the transformation of the soul who receives it. And whether you realize it or not, this blessing is also connected to you. Your soulmate has been struggling quietly. They have been trying to hold themselves together when life kept pulling them apart. They have been carrying stress they never told you about, financial burdens, obligations, dreams that felt too far away, responsibilities that kept them awake at night. They did not want to worry you. They did not want you to feel pressure. They did not want to show you the parts of their life that felt broken or unstable. And because of that, they learned to smile through their fear, laugh through their pain, and pretend they were stronger than they truly felt. But I saw everything. I saw their tears behind closed doors. I saw the nights they counted their expenses wondering how they would survive the next month. I saw the dreams they placed on hold because they couldn't afford to take risks. I saw the heaviness in their chest every time they wished they could give you more, be more, offer more. I saw the moments they wanted to come toward you but felt unworthy because of their circumstances. And I also saw the love they carried for you even through all of this. Your soulmate has been fighting silently. And sometimes, when a soul is drowning quietly, I send help, not from a place they expect, not from someone familiar, but from a source that shocks them into believing again. That is why this stranger appeared. That is why this amount arrived so suddenly. That is why your soulmate is standing in disbelief right now, holding something they never imagined would reach them. Your soulmate is confused, overwhelmed, emotional, and uncertain how to process what happened. They keep looking at the confirmation, the message, the notification, wondering if it is real. Their hands shake slightly when they think about it. Their heart beats faster because deep down, they know something divine is taking place. They know this is not normal. They know this is not a coincidence. They know this is a form of help that arrives only when destiny is shifting. My child, I want you to understand something very important. This sudden blessing is not just about money. It is about movement. It is about unlocking a door that has been stuck for months, maybe years. It is about removing a weight that kept your soulmate emotionally unavailable at times. It is about ending a cycle of fear, scarcity, and hesitation that affected your connection without you even realizing it. I need you to see this moment not just as something happening in your soulmate's life, but as a ripple that is moving toward your life as well. Your soulmate receiving this blessing is preparing the path that leads them closer to you. They are not meant to walk into your life with fear. They are not meant to approach you carrying insecurity. They are not meant to love you from a place of survival. They are meant to love you as someone who is standing, not someone who is breaking. The blessing from the stranger is the beginning of that transformation. You must also know that your soulmate did not ask for this. They did not manipulate for it. They did not expect it. And they do not know how to tell you about it. They feel two emotions at the same time, relief and fear. Relief because a burden has been lifted. Fear because they worry how you might interpret this sudden blessing. They fear you might question it, judge it, or misunderstand it. But child, you are meant to respond with understanding, not doubt. This amount is big enough to shift their circumstances, but also big enough to shake their emotions. They are asking themselves questions like, why me? Is this real? Is this a sign? Is this the moment my life begins to change? Is this the freedom I needed to finally make a move toward the one I love? Yes, my child. Those thoughts are passing through their heart. Because they have been wanting to come toward you with clearer energy, with confidence, with stability. They have prayed for a chance to step forward without fear. And now that chance has arrived, delivered through a stranger whose identity is less important than the purpose behind the gesture. You may think this is only affecting your soulmate, but the truth is, this blessing carries your name hidden inside it. You are part of the reason this shift happened. Your soulmate has been praying for direction, praying for a sign about you, about your connection, about the future you both feel but cannot fully understand. They have been asking me quietly, if this is my person, show me. Help me. Guide me. Give me a sign. And my child, this blessing is that sign. Your soulmate does not know how deeply this moment is tied to destiny. But you will see the results soon. Their energy will change. Their communication will shift. Their fears will start to dissolve. The walls around their heart will begin to fall. They will begin to feel capable again. They will begin to feel worthy again. They will begin to see the possibility of a future with you that does not involve struggle or fear or doubt. I am preparing your paths to meet, align, and merge. The stranger was simply the vessel. The money was simply the tool. The purpose is much greater. Your soulmate will soon realize that this is the moment everything starts to move. And you, my child, must prepare your heart for the emotional shift that is coming. This blessing is not only a moment, it is a doorway. And on the other side of it is a future that is moving toward you faster than you expect. Walk with faith, not fear. For I am aligning what belongs to you. And this blessing is only the beginning. My child, now open your heart even deeper, because what I am about to show you goes beyond what the eyes can see. The blessing your soulmate has just received is only the outer layer of a much bigger truth. Behind that money, behind that surprise, behind that sudden shift, there is a story, a soul, and an intention that you need to understand. Your soulmate is standing in a moment that feels like a miracle to them, but miracles are never without meaning. Something from their past is awakening, something they forgot is returning, and something hidden is coming into the light. Your soulmate keeps thinking about the stranger who sent the money. They do not know their face, they do not know their voice, they do not know their reasons. And yet, something inside them whispers that this is connected to a part of their life they tried to bury. A memory they pushed away. A moment they walked away from. They are trying to connect the dots in their mind, trying to understand why this blessing arrived in such an unexpected way, trying to make sense of something that does not follow logic. And child, that confusion is exactly what opens the door for truth to enter. Let me show you what your soulmate does not know yet, but will soon discover. This stranger is not a random person. Not someone who stumbled into their life by accident. Not someone who picked them out of nowhere. This stranger carries a thread that was tied to your soulmate years ago, through an old story, an old wound, an old debt, or an old moment where something unfinished was left behind. Sometimes, souls cross paths briefly, leaving energy behind that returns later in mysterious ways. That is what happened here. This stranger owes your soulmate more than they ever expressed. Your soulmate helped them once. Maybe in a small way, maybe in a big way, maybe with a word, maybe with an act of kindness, maybe with something they do not even remember. But it left an impact. It planted a seed. And now that seed has returned in the form of help when your soulmate needs it most. This is not charity. This is not pity. This is not coincidence. This is karmic alignment. Your soulmate has been used to giving but rarely receiving. They have been the one people leaned on. They have been the one people trusted with their secrets, their burdens, their problems. They have been the strong one even when their own heart was tired. They have been the silent warrior who never asked for anything in return. And because of this, they forgot what it feels like to be supported. They forgot what it feels like to be helped. They forgot that they, too, deserve kindness. That is why this blessing feels so strange to them. They are not used to being held. They are not used to being lifted. They are not used to being the one who receives instead of gives. And so now, they are wrestling with emotions they cannot express, not even to themselves. They feel grateful, but also afraid. They feel relieved, but also overwhelmed. They feel blessed, but also confused. They keep asking themselves, why now? Why like this? Why from someone I don't even know? But my child, the real question they will soon ask is, what am I supposed to do next? Because this blessing is creating a shift inside them. Something is awakening. Something they kept locked away is beginning to open. They are starting to see themselves differently. They are starting to feel possibilities where they once felt limits. They are starting to believe that a new chapter is coming. And that change is drawing them closer to you in ways they cannot even understand yet. Listen carefully, my child, your soulmate's heart has always loved you. Even on days when they were silent. Even on days when their emotions were messy. Even on days when life pulled them away. Even when their circumstances made them doubt themselves, their love for you remained steady like a quiet fire. But they held back because they didn't feel ready. They didn't feel stable. They didn't feel capable of offering you the kind of love they dreamed of giving. This blessing is removing that fear. It is breaking the chain that kept them emotionally hesitant. It is ending the cycle that made them hide their feelings. It is giving them the strength to face what they had been avoiding. And the more they feel supported, the more their heart opens toward you. Because deep inside, they always believed you deserved someone who could stand beside you, not someone who felt weak or broken. The stranger's act is pushing them towards something important: honesty. They will soon reach a point where they cannot keep the truth inside anymore. They will want to tell someone. They will want to share this moment. They will want to open up about how overwhelmed they feel. And the person they will think of first is you. They may hesitate at first. They may overthink. They may wonder if you will judge them. They may fear you will misunderstand. But the mental and emotional pressure will become too strong to carry alone. They will begin writing a message, then delete it. Then rewrite it, then delete again. They will type your name, stare at it, then put the phone down. Not because they don't want to talk to you, but because they want to tell you in the right way, at the right moment, with the right words. They don't want you to worry. They don't want you to see them as weak. They don't want you to think the stranger's money gives them security they didn't have before. They want you to see their heart, not their circumstances. They want to be transparent, but not dramatic. They want to be honest, but not dependent. They want to share, but not burden you. This emotional conflict is creating a storm inside them, and you will feel the shift energetically. They may act differently over the next few days, quieter, more thoughtful, more emotional, more unpredictable. This is the pressure of truth rising to the surface. Your soulmate is trying to understand how this blessing affects their connection with you. Because deep down, they always wanted to come toward you with confidence. They wanted to show you their plans, their dreams, their vision for the future. But they delayed those things because of fear. And now, with this sudden financial relief, something inside them is whispering, maybe now I can move. Maybe now I can speak. Maybe now I can take a step toward the love I've been too afraid to claim. And child, that whisper is growing louder. You may not see it yet, but your soulmate is beginning to realize something powerful: you are the person they want to share their blessings with. You are the soul who feels like home. You are the one whose presence brings peace, not pressure. You are the one who makes life feel meaningful. As this blessing settles into their life, their heart will settle into you. The stranger gave them money. But destiny is giving them clarity. And that clarity is guiding them straight toward you. My child, prepare yourself. Your soulmate is about to change. Their energy is rising. Their confidence is returning. Their heart is awakening. A confession is coming. A shift is coming. A new chapter is coming. And this blessing, this unexpected gift from a stranger, is only the beginning of what I am preparing for both of you. My child, as I continue to unfold what is happening around your soulmate, I need you to understand something very important. Destiny often changes quietly, slowly at first, then all at once. And right now, your soulmate is standing in the middle of that silent shift. They do not even realize how deeply this stranger's money has shaken the foundation of their life. They do not see how this unexpected amount has become the turning key that opens a door they never had the courage to touch. But I see everything. And I am guiding you through each hidden step, so you may understand what is truly unfolding in the unseen. Your soulmate spent last night awake, holding their phone, looking at that notification again and again, wondering how something so big could happen without any warning. Their hands trembled because this was not a small gift, not a casual transfer. It was an amount that could change decisions, resolve problems, and lift burdens they have been silently carrying for a long time. They never told you how close they were to giving up on something important. They never expressed how exhausted their mind had become. They never described how it felt to carry responsibilities that seemed impossible to fulfill. But this sudden financial shift has struck their heart with a force they cannot ignore. They keep asking themselves, why now? Why me? Why this amount? They want answers, but their soul already knows this was not a coincidence. It was divine timing. It was a push toward the future they keep imagining with you but were too afraid to chase. I saw their hearts soften as they stared at that message, feeling something warm rising inside them, hope. The kind of hope they had not felt in months, maybe even years. A hope that whispered, things can change. Life can still move forward. Maybe I can still build something beautiful. Your soulmate never wanted to involve you in their struggles because they feared you would see them as broken, unstable, or unprepared. But what they did not realize is that you were never meant to judge them. You were meant to walk with them, to hold space for them, to grow with them. And now, as this large amount sits in their bank, they feel a sudden rush of clarity. They feel something shifting inside them, something opening, something becoming possible. They are beginning to accept that maybe the future they delayed, the plans they postponed, the next step they kept running from is finally within reach. I want you to understand how deeply this event is touching their emotions. There was a moment today, a quiet one, when your soulmate sat on the edge of their bed, closed their eyes, and felt tears welling up. Not out of sorrow, but out of relief. A relief so powerful it felt like their soul was exhaling for the first time in a long while. They whispered to themselves, I can finally breathe. Their chest felt lighter, their shoulders felt less heavy, and for the first time, the future did not look like a distant dream. It looked real. Possible. Close. And as they sat there, the very first thought that crossed their mind after that moment of relief was you. Only you. The person whose presence brings them calm. The one they think of when they imagine a safe home. The one who has unknowingly become their inner strength. They imagined your face, your voice, your warmth, and suddenly they felt an ache in their heart, an ache that reminded them how much they miss you, how much they need you, how much they wish they could share this moment with you. My child, you need to know that this money did not just solve a problem. It opened a part of their heart they kept locked away. It awakened a courage within them that had been sleeping. It nudged them toward decisions they were always too afraid to make. They are realizing that life is too unpredictable to wait forever. They are realizing that love is too precious to leave unattended. They are realizing that you are too important to keep at a distance. There is something else happening deep within their spirit. They are thinking about reaching out to you, not with hesitation, not with fear, but with honesty. They want to tell you what they have been hiding. They want to confess why they pulled away at times. They want to explain the pressures they were under. They want to share the truth about the stranger, the money, and the relief it brought. And more than anything, they want to tell you what their heart has finally accepted, that they want you in their life, not someday, not eventually, but now. Your soulmate is beginning to plan things they never had the freedom to plan before. They are thinking about travel, about movement, about showing up, about taking steps toward you. They are imagining what it would feel like to stand before you without the weight they carried yesterday. They are imagining how it would feel to finally tell you everything without fear of losing you. And each time they imagine it, their heart beats faster, not from anxiety but from longing. There is also a moment coming when they will sit alone and ask themselves the one question they have avoided for too long: what is truly stopping me from choosing the person I love? And this time, for the first time, the answer will be nothing. Because the burden that held them back has lifted. The fear that restrained them has weakened. The doubt that clouded their path has faded. They are beginning to see you as the future they can no longer delay. Their soul is leaning toward you with a silent intensity. Their mind is slowly aligning with their heart. Their steps are turning in your direction. The stranger's money did not just enter their account. It entered their destiny. And now every thought they have about you feels stronger, clearer, more urgent. They are beginning to realize that if someone unknown can bless them in such a powerful way, then maybe life is sending them a message. Maybe the universe is telling them to stop being afraid. Maybe God is showing them that the path ahead will be supported, guided, protected. Maybe love is not something they need to run from. Maybe it is something they need to protect, cherish, and move toward. Your soulmate is stepping into a new energy, one where clarity replaces confusion, courage replaces fear, and action replaces hesitation. A new chapter is forming around them, and you are at the center of that chapter. They can feel it deeply, even if they have not spoken it yet. And now, my child, I am guiding you to stay steady, stay patient, and stay open. Because the movement that is coming toward you is not small. It is not accidental. It is not temporary. It is powerful, intentional, and divinely aligned. Your soulmate is preparing to step into the truth they kept buried. They are preparing to choose you with the kind of certainty they never had before. What is coming next will open your heart in ways you cannot yet imagine. And in the next part, I will reveal how this blessing directly affects your destiny and your connection. My child, as this blessing settles into your soulmate's life, something much deeper begins to awaken within both of you. Until now, everything felt one-sided. It seemed like only your soulmate was going through the emotional storm, the sudden shift, the overwhelming relief. But what you do not see is how strongly your own energy is being pulled into this transformation. Because the moment the money entered your soulmate's life, the spiritual bond between you also shifted. A new alignment began forming between your heart and theirs, silently, naturally, powerfully. Your soulmate is not the only one feeling lighter. The energy around you has also begun to soften. The heaviness you have been carrying, the confusion, the waiting, the unanswered questions, is slowly dissolving. You may not realize it yet, but your spirit is being prepared for something big. Something connected to this blessing. Something connected to your soulmate's next steps. Something that will change the way you see your future. This moment is not accidental. It is a divine intersection. You and your soulmate were walking on separate paths for so long, both of you holding your own struggles, your own doubts, your own hidden pains. But now the paths are moving toward each other. And this financial blessing was one of the biggest keys needed to bring those paths together. Your soulmate has started seeing you from a different perspective. With more gratitude, more tenderness, more urgency. They feel as if life has given them a second chance to build something meaningful, and your presence keeps appearing in every thought of their future. They imagine your voice when they think about stability. They imagine your warmth when they think about comfort. They imagine your face when they think about home. They have never said this aloud, but you have become the person their soul instinctively reaches for. But there is something even more powerful happening subconsciously. The money did not just solve a financial issue, it dissolved a fear. A fear they have carried for too long. The fear of not being enough for you. The fear of disappointing you. The fear of not being able to give you the life they want to offer. For so long, this fear kept them distant, silent, guarded. It created misunderstandings, mixed signals, and emotional walls. But now, with this unexpected blessing, the fear has weakened. The uncertainty has softened. The hesitation has started breaking apart. Your soulmate is beginning to realize that they do not need to wait for the perfect moment. They do not need everything to be flawless before choosing you. They are learning that relationships are not about having everything ready, they are about growing together, healing together, building together. They are learning that you are not someone who judges their weaknesses. You are someone who understands their heart. And, my child, this realization is going to bring a shift in your life as well. Because the moment they begin to open their heart, the energy between you will intensify. You will feel it, in your dreams, in your emotions, in the sudden warmth that appears in your chest without explanation. You might find yourself thinking of them more than usual. You may feel a sudden pull toward them. You may notice your intuition becoming sharper, stronger, louder. This is your soul responding to the changes in theirs. Your soulmate is moving closer to you emotionally, and that movement is going to touch your destiny directly. For the first time in a long time, they are considering speaking their truth, everything they hid, everything they feared, everything they felt but never admitted. They want to tell you about the problems they were dealing with. They want to share the regrets they've been carrying. They want to admit the thoughts of you that have never left them, even during their silent moments. There is something else unfolding inside them, a new sense of responsibility toward you. They feel almost guilty for keeping you in the dark. They feel a weight in their heart when they think of how long you have waited. They feel a desire to make things right, to rebuild what was broken, to show you that your patience was not in vain. Their love for you is deepening in a way they cannot stop, and this time, they do not want to run from it. My child, when I blessed your soulmate with this unexpected money, I was not just giving them relief, I was restoring balance between your destinies. Because you have given so much emotionally. You have held faith even when the situation hurt. You have trusted even when things made no sense. You have waited even when your heart felt tired. That patience, that loyalty, that quiet strength is being rewarded. The universe never ignores a pure heart. It always returns the energy in a form far greater. The blessing your soulmate received is beginning to create opportunities that were once blocked. There will be decisions they make in the coming days, bold, unexpected, emotional decisions, and each one will lead them closer to you. They may reach out suddenly. They may confess something unexpectedly. They may express feelings they usually suppress. They may even take a step that surprises you, a visit, a message, a call, or a conversation that changes everything. The fear that once chained their heart is loosening, and courage is slowly taking its place. And you, my child, must prepare yourself. Because when your soulmate comes forward, it will not be the same guarded, confused version of them you once knew. It will be a more open, vulnerable, honest version. A version ready for connection. A version ready to build a future instead of avoiding it. A version that sees you not as a risk, but as a blessing. You will notice a shift in your own energy too. You will feel more confident, more calm, more hopeful. The anxiety you once felt around this connection will begin to decrease. The questions that once kept you awake will become quieter. A sense of peace will start forming in your heart. Not because everything is already perfect, but because you can feel alignment forming beneath the surface. There will be moments where you will suddenly feel emotional without knowing why. That is your soulmate thinking of you with a stronger pull. There will be moments where you sense movement coming toward you. That is your soulmate preparing to take action. There will be moments where you feel guided to stay patient and trusting. That is me aligning your steps with theirs. My child, your bond is entering a phase of clarity. The uncertainties are fading. The misunderstandings are dissolving. The distance is shrinking. And this financial blessing, this unexpected act from a stranger, is going to become the turning point that shapes the next chapter of your relationship. Everything is moving in your favor now. Every delay is ending. Every block is lifting. Every silent emotion is rising to the surface. And in the next part, I will reveal the final phase, what your soulmate will do next, how this blessing transforms your future together, and the divine movement that is already on its way. My child, now I will show you the final unfolding of this blessing, because everything that has happened so far has been preparing both your heart and your soulmate's heart for what is coming next. You may think the story ends with the money entering their life, but in truth, that was only the beginning. That was the spark, the catalyst, the divine trigger meant to awaken movements that were delayed for too long. Now the real transformation begins, inside their mind, inside their heart, and inside the connection that binds you both. Your soulmate woke up today with a different kind of energy in their spirit. Yesterday they were confused, overwhelmed, unsure of how to feel. Today, something within them is firm, grounded, determined. They feel a kind of clarity that only arrives when a heavy burden has finally been lifted. For months, maybe even years, they have been carrying silent worries, responsibilities, pressures, debts, expectations, fears they couldn't voice. They felt trapped in cycles they didn't know how to break. And because of this, they kept you waiting without ever explaining why. But now, as they look at this unexpected blessing sitting in their account, they feel something they haven't felt in a long time: freedom. And this freedom is changing everything. It is clearing their vision. It is sharpening their intuition. It is lighting up the path they could not see before. For the first time in a long time, they feel in control of their life. They feel that they can finally shape the future they want, instead of the future they feared. And in that future, my child, you are the first person they see. They keep thinking about how you have been patient, how you have stood quietly, how you have connected with them through the unseen even when nothing made sense. They think about your loyalty, your softness, your depth, the way you love with sincerity. They think about the way you never forced them, never pressured them, never abandoned them. You were a calm presence in their storm, even when you did not realize it. Your soulmate is feeling a strong pull, a strong need, to make things right with you. They want to bridge the distance. They want to clear misunderstandings. They want to tell you what they went through and why they acted the way they did. They want to confess the feelings they kept hidden. They want to show you that their love was never silent, it was just wounded, scared, and overwhelmed. This blessing has softened their ego. It has humbled their fears. It has reminded them that life can change in a single moment. And that realization is making them question everything they avoided. They are asking themselves, why didn't I choose them sooner? Why did I hesitate? Why did I let my fears win? These questions are echoing inside their heart. And with each answer they find, your value in their life becomes clearer. Your soulmate is also beginning to understand something very important, that love is not something that should be delayed. Love needs action, effort, communication, honesty. They are realizing they cannot just love you from a distance anymore. They cannot rely on spiritual connection alone. They cannot expect the universe to do all the work. They must step forward. They must speak. They must choose you openly. And they will. In the days ahead, you will notice signs, small shifts, subtle movements, little changes that show their energy moving toward you. They may message you out of nowhere. They may ask how you are doing after a long gap. They may initiate a deeper conversation. They may show vulnerability in a way they never have before. They may apologize, or confess, or open up about things they hid. They may even tell you about the blessing they received and how it changed their perspective. Do not be surprised if they suddenly express emotions they once buried. Do not be shocked if they say things they always felt but never spoke. This blessing has loosened the knots inside their heart. It has reminded them of what truly matters: connection, truth, love, the people who stand by you even in silence. Your soulmate is preparing themselves for a new chapter with you. This preparation is not loud, it is quiet, internal, emotional. But it is real. They are letting go of old fears. They are healing old wounds. They are forgiving themselves for the time they lost. They are rebuilding their confidence. They are imagining the life they want to share with you, a life not built on fear or lack, but on love and stability. My child, you must also prepare yourself. Because when your soulmate steps toward you now, it will not be halfway. It will not be uncertain. It will not be confusing or inconsistent. It will be honest, brave, intentional. They will come with clarity. They will come with commitment. They will come with a healed heart ready to start again. You may feel emotional in the coming days, sudden warmth, sudden intuition, sudden dreams of them, sudden thoughts that appear from nowhere. This is your soul responding to their movement. This is the connection preparing to align. This is divine timing weaving your paths together without you even trying. You have been patient for so long. You have cried silently, questioned silently, hoped silently. All those silent moments were witnessed by me. All your pain, your loyalty, your longing was not ignored. I saw it all. And this blessing entering your soulmate's life is also your blessing. It is the beginning of a new phase where you will no longer carry this connection alone. Now your soulmate will walk with you, not behind you, not away from you, but beside you. The universe is aligning your destinies. The delays are ending. The emotional distance is shrinking. The love that felt uncertain is about to become clear. Everything that has been confusing will make sense. Everything that hurt will heal. Everything that was silent will be spoken. My child, the story is not ending, it is beginning. And this beginning is filled with softness, clarity, forward movement, and divine blessing. Your soulmate is stepping toward you with a full heart. And as they come closer, you will feel the universe opening doors you once thought were closed forever. I am blessing you, your soulmate, your path, and your future. No more delays. No more fear. No more distance. What is meant for you is coming, and it is coming with truth, love, and divine timing guiding every step. My child, now I will give you the final message that your heart has been waiting to hear, because everything that was heavy, everything that was confusing, everything that kept you up at night is coming to a gentle end. This blessing that entered your soulmate's life has opened the last doorway that was needed for both of your destinies to align. And now I am preparing your heart for what comes next, not pain, not doubt, not waiting, but the beginning of a chapter that finally brings you the peace you have silently prayed for. Your soulmate is no longer the same person they were even a few days ago. There is a maturity rising inside them, a clarity forming in their thoughts, a courage forming in their spirit. The confusion that once clouded their heart has dissolved. The emotional walls that once stood between you have begun to fall. And the fear that once controlled their decisions has lost its power completely. Do you know what they felt when they woke up today? Not stress. Not pressure. Not worry. They felt gratitude. They placed their hand on their chest and for a moment, their heart softened the way it only softens when someone realizes life has given them another chance. They looked around and felt something they haven't felt in a very long time, hope. And in that hope, you were the first thought that touched their mind. They whispered your name inside their heart, wondering how they ever drifted so far from the person who cared for them so deeply. They felt a sting of regret for the times they stayed silent, for the moments they chose distance, for the days they made you question your worth. They are realizing now that love like yours is rare. Loyalty like yours is rare. Patience like yours is rare. And they no longer want to lose the chance to build a life with you. My child, something beautiful is happening inside their soul right now. They are replaying old moments with you, the first time you made them feel seen, the messages that touched them, the times you supported them even when they did not deserve it. They are remembering the comfort your presence brought, the calm your energy gave, the safety they felt around you. They did not understand it then, but now they are beginning to see that what you gave was not ordinary. It was love from the soul. Love that waits. Love that understands. Love that forgives. This realization is melting the last layer of resistance within them. They no longer want to fight this connection. They no longer want to hide their emotions. They no longer want to pretend they don't feel deeply for you. They are ready to stop running. They are ready to stop holding back. They are ready to stop choosing fear over love. They are preparing to speak to you, not with half-truths, not with confusion, not with hesitations, but with honesty. They want to tell you where they went wrong. They want to explain the pressure they were carrying. They want to open their heart and show you the parts they kept hidden out of shame and insecurity. They want to tell you that you were never the problem. The timing was. Their fears were. Their responsibilities were. But you. You were always the blessing. My child, destiny has reached a moment where things cannot stay the same anymore. The universe is pushing both of you toward alignment. The energy between your souls is becoming stronger each day. You might feel sudden emotions in the coming days, a wave of warmth in your chest, a soft pressure around your heart, a sudden thought of them, a strong intuition that something is coming. This is not your imagination. This is the bond awakening. This is their soul calling yours. This is destiny moving forward. Your soulmate is getting ready to act, and once they take the first step, everything that felt slow, everything that felt stuck, everything that felt delayed will begin to move quickly. Their message, their confession, their clarity will arrive sooner than you expect. And when it comes, it will carry the love they never knew how to express before. It will carry the vulnerability they once feared. It will carry the truth their soul has been wanting to share. My child, do not fear what is ahead. I am guiding every step. I am blessing every moment. I am softening both your hearts so that when you reconnect, it will not feel like a broken story but a renewed beginning. This connection is not ending. It is shifting into a phase where love becomes easier, communication becomes deeper, and understanding becomes mutual. You have carried the weight for so long. Now your soulmate will carry it with you. You will no longer walk alone. You will no longer give alone. You will no longer hope alone. This final phase is not about waiting, it is about receiving. Receiving truth. Receiving clarity. Receiving love. Receiving the future that has been written for both of you long before you even met. My child, I bless you. I bless your soulmate. I bless the bond that ties your souls. I bless the steps that are coming toward you. I bless the healing that will fill your heart. I bless the new beginning that is unfolding quietly but powerfully. You are moving into a season where love will no longer hurt, it will guide, protect, and transform you. Your time of confusion is ending. Your time of clarity is beginning. And soon, your heart will understand why everything happened the way it did. My blessing is upon you, now and always.